In this tutorial, we're going to be going over LeetCode 595, Big Countries. This is part of the 30 Days of Pandas series. It's actually the first question, and this series I find very useful for data manipulation and cleaning, along with getting familiar with the basics of Pandas. So in this question, it's asking us, name is the primary key column with unique values for this table. Each row of this table gives information about the name of a country, the continent to which it belongs, its area, population, and its GDP. A country is big if it has an area of at least 3 million, and if it has a population of at least 25 million. Write a solution to find the name, population, and area of big countries. Now, looking at the table, we can see here are our countries, and this is what we want to be left with. Now here, we can see we dropped off some of the columns, and these are the values that will be left after our filters here. Now what we can do is we can come over to the coding section, and first I'm going to set an area value equal to that 3 million. I'm going to do the same for population. Now I kept the underscores in here so you guys can differentiate 3 million. They're optional. You could just do the whole number, or you could have the underscores. Now that we've defined those, we can come down to the pandas portion. Now, I want to do this in just one line of code, so it's going to be two different arguments returned within a single argument, and we're also going to index within it. So we can start off here with return. We're going to do world, and we're going to index, but we're going to do a parenthesis since this is only the first argument, and let me add an L there. Then we can re-index for area, and we're going to set that greater than or equal to area, as we've already defined that value. Now, we're going to put a space, and we're going to do this symbol here, as this is going to indicate that there's a second argument coming through. We can do another parenthesis as we're going to begin our next argument. We can do world, and now we're going to index population, as you can guess. And this is going to be greater than or equal to pop, our population variable that we defined up here. Now, doing this alone, we could run, and I'll show you guys the result. You can see it's correct, and it gives us the countries that we need, but it left some columns that we don't need. In this case, we could just do two brackets, and we're going to index for each of the columns that we need. So name, and I'll scroll down so you guys can see. We're going to need population, and we're going to need area. Now, the reason we use two brackets here and not just one is because one bracket would be just one column or a Pandas series. Since we want a data frame, we want multiple columns, so you have to do two brackets. Now we can run this and see what we get. And you can see it was accepted. Now we can submit. And you can see here this beats 68% of the answers in terms of runtime and 10% in terms of memory. Now that's you can do LeetCode 595, Big Countries, part of the 30 Days of Pandas series. Feel free to leave any questions or comments down below, and I hope that helps.